Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Thursday, February 6th, 2020. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Ministry of Agriculture received a donation of over $80,000 worth of irrigation. We'll hear more in this report.
This irrigation project that we're doing here, it's all part of a bigger project with the Ministry of Communication as it relates to the water project, and a component of it is having irrigation here at Indian Castle. Here in Indian Castle we are 25 acres, and we would have submitted a proposal to them also for irrigation of this entire property. They would have replied favorably, although the process took some time. It was about a 2-year process. But we are fortunate to say that we have been successful in terms of receiving the funding. We had a team here last year that they came and they see exactly what is it our intentions were. And 2 weeks ago we received the fundings for 84,000 EC dollars to acquire irrigation for here. So currently we got the irrigation this week, Monday, and we would have spent the last day yesterday irrigating this area, and now we are planting it.
Director of Agriculture Randy Elliott speaking on a project sponsored by the Caribbean Development Fund. Elliott outlined why they chose sweet potatoes. He also spoke about pricing when harvested.
What we've been observing is that the availability of potato here in Nevis, or even also in St. Kitts, have been reduced. And when potato is available, the price is somewhat very high. You're looking at something like $6-7 per pound. And we from the department do believe that as an institute, we need to ensure that the food is available, and we need to ensure that it's available at a cost that our population could afford. This is coming from the department. We're looking at about $3 per pound. And again, that's would be factored in with our cost of production and so forth. This plot here that we're putting in, it will be mechanically harvested, so our cost of production would also reduce. But the whole thing is to ensure that our population have healthy food at a reasonable price.
Director of Agriculture Randy Elliott. Freddie Lab reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
Thanks, Fredicia.
He is still loving me, even though I caused him so much pain. I'm the reason why they bored his flesh with nails, made a mockery of his name, and yet he's still loving me.
Abigail Kishel Herbert will be the featured artist at a free gospel concert set to take place on February 9th. The event, which is slated to take place at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, is entitled A Healing Heart, Restoring Love Edition.
We're going to just talk and sing through a little bit of my journey, what my healing heart looked like, the process of that. A lot of it is going to be through song, but there's a bit of a storyline through all the songs. So everybody, please bring your friends, bring your family. It's going to be such a night that you can just be comfortable, you can sit back, you can relax. There's going to be a special evening. And I'm so glad that I can get to spend my birthday with you guys, with the people of Nevis, because I feel like you guys are so homey, you know? So I'm excited about it. So bring everybody, bring your friends, bring your family, and we'll just love to see your face in the place. And so come out, wherever you are, come out. It's gonna be a really fun time.
Abigail Kishel live in concert is set to commence at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, February 9th. Admission is free.
We did a EP a couple years ago, then we did an album. So one of the songs that really got some really good push was this song by the name of Godster. And basically it's just it's a song that addresses a lot of positivity, a lot of social issues, killing, violence, drugs, and all this stuff. So that really got a lot of push, and a lot of people really stood behind of it because of the message in it. So you're definitely going to hear that. We actually just released this song entitled Bless Up. So we're going to definitely do that one. It's a fun song. I like it. I hope other people like it. So, and we're going to do some really personal songs again that kind of tells you about a little bit about my journey, what I've been through, the why, what I do as a musician, and why I use music as a driving force, not just because it's music, but because I get to share the message which ultimately is the message of Christ.
Also on the concert lineup are special guest appearances by local acts: Vinel Powell, Eden Brown Dancers, G-Band, Shekinah Dance Theatre, Alison Atherton, Blessed Ugbum, and other surprise guests.
This love, oh.
The following is a notice from the Executive Director of the Culturama Secretariat, Antonio Libert, regarding fringe activities for Culturama 2020. All promoters wishing to organize fringe activities for Culturama 2020 are kindly asked to submit such requests in writing to the Culturama Secretariat, Cotton Ginnery Mall, Charlestown, on or before Friday, February 21st, 2020. For further information, contact the Culturama Secretariat at 469-1992. Still to come, CMO says St. Kitts and Nevis stands ready to identify, isolate and manage any suspected cases of coronavirus. The details after this break. Welcome back. Chief Medical Officer, CMO in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hazel Laws, says the health sector and key national stakeholders in St. Kitts and Nevis stand ready to identify, isolate and manage any suspected case of the novel coronavirus. Dr. Laws was at the time speaking at a press conference on Monday, February 3rd at government headquarters to sensitize the general public on what the World Health Organization has deemed a global health emergency with respect to the novel coronavirus, which originated in Wuhan, China. The CMO outlined some proactive measures that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is employing to mitigate against the global health threat, which ranges from very high in China and other Asian countries, Asia, to high in other countries worldwide. Dr. Law said that the National St. Kitts and Nevis International Health Regulations Committee within the Federal Office of our Ministry of Health continues to monitor this outbreak closely, hour by hour, minute by minute. Furthermore, the CMO said that the health desk at the R.L. Bradshaw International Airport is covered by nurses and our environmental health officers. Dr. Laws highlighted that another proactive approach put in place is the travel advisory, which was issued by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis that was announced on Saturday, February the 1st. She said that the travel advisory speaks to citizens and residents being advised to restrict travel to China until the World Health Organization gives the all clear in relation to the novel coronavirus. Additionally, she advised persons who plan to travel to China to postpone their trip, and persons traveling from China or who traveled to another country from China en route to the Federation within the last 14-day window period, we're asking you to remain where you are and not to travel to the Federation. The CMO also highlighted that persons who travel to St. Kitts and Nevis from China at this time shall be subjected to screening at our ports of entry and may, if necessary, have their movements restricted. Education Officer with responsibility for the St. Thomas's Primary School, Avril Elliott, is admonishing other alumni to follow in the footsteps of past student Latoya Jones, who made a donation of school supplies to the school on Wednesday, February 5th, 2020.
I want to let you know that we are quite appreciative of the many items you have donated today, and to know that a student or past student would have been so moved to give back. It is quite heartening. So I would like to say thank you for your donation, in that schools' wish lists can never be exhausted. So I am happy that you have made a commitment, and we are holding you to your many promises of continuing to give back to the St. Thomas's Primary School.
Elliott went on to further thank Jones for what she deemed a timely donation.
I would just like to make mention of the importance of giving, and so I would want to thank you for your pep talk on the importance of giving, and to remind you that to whom much is given, much is required. And obviously we didn't have to remind Ms. Jones of that. I would like to use this opportunity to encourage other corporate citizens and alumni to give back to the alma mater. And an investment in the children of the nation is an investment in the future. So partnering with any school would yield dividends that would go a very long way, and you would not even imagine what the outcomes can be. So again, I would like to commend you for your pep talk and your impressive donation, Ms. Jones, and I wish you God's richest blessings and every good wish in your future aspirations and endeavors.
A number of school items were donated, including a Canon printer. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.